because she's my late wife. When she saw that second plane fly into the building, called me at work. Well, I saw that happen live, the second one, because I had already been alerted and took my sales force into the training room. So we saw the second plane hit the building live. But she called me and said, "This is the beginning of World War III." And she was right. At the time, I even thought, no, come on. But, when you look at everything that has happened since, I think there's no question about that. I don't think there's any question. And they have to be, to your point, obliterated and destroyed.
Yeah, and I think this touches the fundamental problem that maybe the administration has is an unwillingness to actually. I mean, we've got the problem of what to call them. Obviously, Brett Baer and Fox News has no such issue, but because this type of extreme commitment to a afterlife religious focused worldview. I mean, these folks actually mean what they say.
They do, and they follow through.
And they're following through. And for it is completely and totally opposed to current world values, right? It's completely opposed to any sense of human rights and human freedom and human liberty
and humanity.
And even humanity. Absolutely, that's exactly correct. I mean, all of the things that our country was founded on, what these guys are practicing, runs in fierce, direct, 180-degree opposition to that. Freedom and liberty, right?
Exactly. And when you go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
And so I was just going to say is that with their Ivy League college coffee break administrators room view of the world, these type of people, they're not even included. I mean, it's an inability to understand that they even exist, that this type of evil actually exists anywhere in the world, and they're completely unable to function because their idea is that cross-cultural equality, multicultural values, holding hands, and the recognition of each individual as an important contributor to the collective is their understanding of how society is and should be organized.
And therein lies the pathetic problem because the pathetic, again, said it twice on purpose, insistence, obsession of Barack Obama, Imam Hines Carey, down the list, to every time something like this occurs. Obama did it yesterday. Excuse me. We talked about it with Victoria. This organization and whatever ideology. I mean, during that disconnected comment, he defended Islam again, and it's just unbelievable. And you connect that with we're doing everything we can. This is going to redouble our efforts. All of the crap he said and has said before. Testimony yesterday before House Armed Services Committee. Lieutenant General Vincent Stewart, this guy's director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, said that regardless of these pinprick airstrikes, Obama is extending its reach, dude. And outside of Iraq and Syria, he said, with Phillies in Algeria, Egypt, Libya, the group is beginning to assemble a growing international footprint that includes ungoverned and undergoverned areas. And Obama, I don't know what Obama thinks, man, anymore. I don't know what he thinks.
Mike, here's the deal, is it's so incredibly sobering and upsetting because I just don't see us. I just don't at this particular point. I don't see this doing anything. I see Well, let's put it this way. I would hate to be on the staff of the Jordanian president getting a back channel message from the Obama administration being angry and upset for what he did.
It's just, God, it's just mind numbing. I mean, can you just imagine that? You know, I mean, you got Netanyahu on the right, if you will, been thrown under the bus, dissed by Obama since the beginning of his presidency, and now on the other side, you have Muslim countries, Jordan particularly. Listen, I've expressed my views about Saudi Arabia on this show multiple times. Yeah, they're an ally, but yeah, Wahhabism and madrasas all over the world, including the U.S. But Jordan is pretty straight up with us. And now, man, oh my God, I just I can't stand it.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right, man.
So,
I know, right? You just looked at the clock and went, God, we got 10 minutes left and we're just sitting at this. I don't know what to do about it. I
at
don't know
this point where and nor does he, nor does he, because what he's doing is not working. We talked about it yesterday. I mean, it's to roll back, or at least I wrote about it yesterday. It's to try to roll back ISIS in Iraq, which is not happening, by the way. I mean, recent city it did, but that was the Kurds who did it. And to basically leave Syria alone, it's a crowd hammer, the crowd hammer thing, and leave it to the next president to deal with it. I mean, that's where he is, and it's very dangerous, man.
Okay, that's the understatement of the radio show for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So I know we got a lot of things to do. I mean, I got to go to you got to go to the NASA thing. I got to go I got to go to the class at Dartmouth.
Well,
Black
you
Lives.
know what? I do have a suggestion of something that we can talk about that might be a way for us to be better able to deal.
Let's hear it.
Uh, uh, Colorado's pot revenue is so high, the state may give the residents its money back. Did you see this article?
I did see it. I love the word high in there too.
Yeah, so it looks like, and this is very interesting. The state of Colorado has a law that if they have too much money that the state takes in, it has to give some back. Now, I don't like.
That's almost kind of like Alaska, giving every citizen of Alaska money because of oil revenue, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. So what they're doing is that both Republicans see what's happened is that there's been $50 million in recreational pot taxes that have been collected during the first year of this program, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And surprisingly, both state Republicans and state Democrats are both on board with the idea of how to figure out a way to not give that money back. So they're actually doing a special ballot initiative to exempt pot taxes from the state's refund requirement.
Dude, I didn't know that, and I thought only California. I know that's wrong, but California being famous for those things. But so Colorado's doing it too.
Yeah, here's what Republican Senate President said for the state. I think it's appropriate that we keep the money for marijuana that the voters said that we should. I mean, I love that the way they did that. So they all get behind this thing, and that the Republicans were championing.
I've had to actually practice that multiple times. Championing is the only way I can say it without it sounding like I'm drunk.
Championing.
Championing.
No, it's championing.
Well, I know, but I can't say
Oh,
that.
you can't say it. Okay. Well, you know that Republicans were the ones that were championing this idea
Right.
of, hey, if we bring in too much revenue on taxes, we'll refund that back to you because we're anti-tax.
Right.
And now he turns around and says, well, the voters, the voters wanted us to have all these taxes. It's not right for us to return it back to them. That's the kind of thing, in my opinion, that would just build such an incredible cynicism.
Mm-hmm. I don't
Yeah.
care if they write me a check or refunded my taxes or just give me a free joint next time I come in. Yeah, that's I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Now the lead Democrat said, it's just absurd. This is what the voters want. If we're going to have pot and the Constitution says it's legal, we damn well better tax it.
Okay, let's back up the bus for just a second. I've read the Constitution.
No. He's talking about the state constitution for the state of Colorado.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the big question is, does the money go back to all taxpayers or just to the taxpayers that bought pot?
Well, there you go.
That's a difficult issue because previous refunds are paid through income tax returns. That when you file your income
Right,
tax,
right.
you get a credit back that way. That's how they essentially return the money and draw down that extra.
Sure.
But if I'm buying pot by the bucket load and you're buying none, I'm essentially funding those taxes. I'm going to be really pissed if some of my money effectively ends up in your pocket.
Well, see, so then what obviously would need to happen is that you would you when you fill out your Colorado state tax return under deductions then or credits or whatever have you, then you would send in your receipts for your purchase of pot, and if you didn't, then you wouldn't get a rebate or refund.
Or maybe you should just get more pot. Maybe you could just go in and
Well,
get,
see, they could do it that way too. I mean, they just issued credits for pot.
and you could take that in. That's Jessica's comment was this is Jessica. This is hilarious. The redistribution of weed.
Well, and see, Jessica, that shouldn't happen because what right do those who are opposed to recreational marijuana in Colorado, that would be the evil conservatives, what right do they have to that redistribution? Although, when you think about it, redistribution in the other direction for a change, that's pretty funny in and of itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Any
So what do you think
comments
of,
on that,
well,
Jessica?
yeah.
I think, yeah, if they did the redistribution of weed, nobody would care that much. That's my option.
But if you're Hausum and you don't smoke weed, not that you and I do, but Hausum is on record as saying he never has, then Hausum would not benefit from that.
No. As a lifelong, never having, as we've discussed before, smoker of weed.
Or try some.
You
Try
never
a
even
brownie.
tried it,
You can
dude?
try
You've
a
never even
brownie.
tried-
If they issue credits, I mean, you'll go, you get a brownie, you'll be happy. It's all good.
Jessica, you always remember me at Cheech and Chong when you talk about it.
You
But,
know what? I was at my gym yesterday, and there's a dude that has a locker right next to mine, and he was complaining to another guy that he spent the weekend in Vegas, and they made the mistake of over consuming pot brownies,
mhm.
and he got sick.
I've heard that before. Let me ask you this, because I know we're under 2 minutes. I can't believe the show's over again. But okay, dude, I know you. I know Southern California. I know that you hang out. Have you ever even been somewhere where someone busted out a joint or a bong or whatever, and you just said no, thank you?
Where I had the opportunity to have it passed to me and partake.
And refused.
Yes, fall of 1987 at Long Beach State. A bunch of us did a road trip from Santa Barbara down to Long Beach to party for the weekend,
And
and
never since.
I have never been in a situation where somebody handed me a joint or I could have asked to have a hit. Not one.
Dude, you've led a boring life.
I've led a drug-free one.
I wish I could say the same, although I can for a long time. Okay, we're out of here almost. Dude, take us out, man.
Folks, thanks for listening. Sobering end of the show. Apologize for that, but that is the status of the world. We'll be back tomorrow. This is the Right Mics.